Viewers, here is an interesting word problem question. So from this question, we have a man is allowed $120 for his holiday. He calculated that if he spent $1 less per day, he could have extended his holiday by 4 days on the same allowance. So how many days was his holiday? So to solve this question, we need to interpret this question one by one. We need to get the analysis so we can form the mathematical expression from this question. So from the solution, we are assuming that x to be the number of days in the holidays, for which the man was given an allowance of 120. So for the man to spend an amount of money out of his allowance per day, then we can interpret the expression to have the number of days, the allowance divided by the number of days. This is the first thing we need to know. Then the second thing is that from what he needs to spend $1 less out of the money per day, then we will have to subtract that one from the amount and the number of days, which will give us this expression as $120 over x minus 1. So another thing we need to know is that the days is represented to be x days. Okay, x days. So from here, we also need to know that if he spends $1 less per day, then his holiday could have extended by 4 days, which will now be x, which is the number of days, plus extra 4 days. That's why we have the expression as x plus 4 as extended of 4 days together with the days he has for his holiday. Okay, for each day throughout the holiday with the allowance, then he could have spent $120 over x plus 4. So from here, what we need to do to get our answer is to equate the previous expression where we have 120 over x minus 1 equates to 120 over x plus 4. Okay, this is the first thing we need to do. We need to equate when it is good, when it will spend $1 less, and for the total number of days if this is going to be extended together. So from here, we can then have our expression to be 120 over x minus 1 over 1 equals to 120 over x plus 4. From here, we can find the LCM of the left hand side. So we then have 120. By finding the LCM, we have 120 minus x over x, which will be equals to 120 over x plus 4. Okay, so we name this to be equation 1. Let's take this as equation 1. So by multiplying the left hand side, which is this one, the left hand side, and the right hand side, the left hand side LHS and the right hand side, which is RHS. By multiplying them by, we multiply it by what? By x into brackets x plus 4. If we multiply these two sides, then our expression will now be x into brackets x plus 4 multiplied by 120 minus x over x equals to x into bracket x plus 4. This also multiplied by 120 over x plus 4. Okay, so this x plus 4 cancel this x plus 4. Over here at the left hand side, this x also goes with this x. So then we are left with x plus 4 multiplied by 120 minus x. Okay, then we have equals to 120 x for the right hand side. So from here we can expand these brackets. So if we expand this, we have, if we expand this, we have 120 x plus 480 minus x power 2 minus 4x, so equals to 120 x. We move the right hand side to the left hand side to give all the equation to be 0. Okay, we now have 120 x plus 480 plus 480 minus x raised to power 2 4x minus 120 x. Everything equals to 0. So from here, this 120x go with this 120x. Then we left it what? 480 minus x squared minus 4x. Everything equals to 0. Then we can arrange this one as minus x squared minus 4x x plus 480. Everything gives us 0. So we can multiply the expression all through by minus sign. So if we multiply this by minus sign, we then have x power 2 plus 4x minus 480. Everything equals to 0. So here we can then factorize this expression. So we factorize. Okay. So to factorize this, we can get a well-detailed explanation from other videos. So by what I have already gotten, so the factorization of this expression will give us x plus 24 into bracket x minus 20 into bracket, everything equals to 0. So this is the factorization of this quadratic equation, because the word problem led us to a quadratic equation. So from here we can then find out from our expression we have x plus 24 will give us what? 0 for the value of x, such that x will now be equals to minus 24. Or the other side of it is that we have x minus 20 equals to 0, such that x will be equals to 20. So we have two values of x. The first one, x equals minus 24. Then the other one is x equals 20. But we know we don't choose to have, and we cannot have a negative base according to the holiday. So therefore our x will then be equals to 20. So it does mean that the number of days will then be what? 20 days. Okay, the number of days will then be what? 20 days. The number of days will then be what? 20 days. Okay, according to this expression. So that we can check for the answer. We can check for the proof why this is correct. So to do this, we have seems spent daily. He spent daily if he spent $1 less. So that's when we have if he spent $1 less, okay, for his holiday. Then we have our expression to be 120 over x plus 4. Okay, then from here we need to insert our x. So we then have 120 over 20 plus 4. Okay, this then gives us 120 over 24. So 120 divided by 24 will give us what? 5. Then it's going to spend $5 if he spent $1 less per day. Okay, then from here, from our equation, we have this is what it's going to spend if you spend $1 less per day. Okay, it's going to spend $5. Then from our equation, to cross check, we also have x squared plus 4x minus 480 equals to what? Equals to 0. Then inserting our x, which is 20 power 2 plus 4 into bracket 20, then minus 480 equals to 0. Okay, 20 raised to power 2 will give us 400. Okay, then 20 times 4 will also give us 80 minus 480, everything equals to 0. So 400 plus what? 80 will give us 480 minus 480, okay, equals to 0. So this proves that our x equals to what? 20 is the correct answer. So we can then say that for 120 over the number of days, $1 less per day equal to amount to be spent daily with the number of extended holiday from our previous equation. So we have our 120 to be equals to our 120 over 20. We will insert our x minus 1 over our 120 over our x plus 4. Okay, resolving this gives us what? The whole of this gives us 6. The whole of this gives us 6 minus 1. Okay, minus 1, everything over 120 over the denominator will give us 24. Okay, then from here we have 6 minus 1 equals to 120 over 24. So 6 minus 1 gives us 5. Why? We've already solved for this before, so we got 5. So you can see 5 equals to 5. The left hand side equals to the right hand side. So it does mean that if the man spend $1 less per day for his allowance of 120, he's going to spend $5. He's going to spend $5. Otherwise, if he did not spend $1 less, then he's going to spend $6. Okay, so that is the interpretation of the words of the question and the resolving solution. So spending $1 less per day is going to what? Spend $5. Otherwise, it's going to spend $6. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy this lesson. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.